What's going on, you guys? Your boy Ben Mahari here, represent Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. Y'all, hope y'all have been having a good weekend thus far. And I wanted to talk about, the whole scenario between the Terence Crawford and Earl Spence Jr. Negotiations that have been slowly ongoing thus far. And sure you guys have been hearing a lot of the LDBC channels about their interpretations and a lot of their perspectives about what's going on here. Now, I'm going to give my two cents on the whole situation. And I was reading an article from boxing247.com, wanted to give a little bit of a feel about what's going on right now. Now, according to Showtime president Steven Espinoza, he's been basically reporting that right now the negotiations between the two sides, between Crawford and Spence, are at a sticking point right now. But he does believe that that the fight can be done because both of those two guys are on board of wanting to get done. Um, Pretty much what he's been saying is that without an outside investor with money to burn, it'll be a risk for the promoters to put the Spence and Crawford fight together because they could wind up losing money, which I find that totally ridiculous because Showtime is basically an extension of Paramount Television, right? So when you look at Showtime and how much money they make off of their boxing, yep, boxing salary, how much they make, much they make, pretty much as simple as this. I'm gonna research this real quick. So much how much is it worth? So pretty much they've been pretty much making at least if you look at Paramount Television, which is pretty much owned Showtime, revenue, according to them right now, pretty much their theoretical businesses are pretty much $624 million right now at this certain state right now. Now they were at $860 million the previous year, but their business dropped at least 27%. So a significant drop to say the least. But my point is, they still have a lot of money that they can burn through. And if you're telling me that you need an outside investor to try to burn money through, that kind of is an indicator to me that you're not really serious about wanting to make this fight. You're more worried about losing money out of your own pocket instead of putting your money where your mouth is and really much make this fight happen. All right. Because at this point, I don't really care about the negotiations or how things look at this stage. It's simple as this: split the money 50-50, agree to the terms, agree to a neutral venue, and make the fight happen, right? All the other stuff can work that as simple as that. But the problem with I'm seeing with a lot of boxing fans is that they've been picking a lot of sides. They're trying to accuse one side over the other, and it's pretty much ridiculous because your opinion and how you view things doesn't matter in the whole grand scheme of things. For me, as a guy that loves to watch good fights, I just want the fight to happen. I don't care what's the terms of the contract or whatever, or who should get the most out of what. If you ask me, if I wanted to split 50-50, fine with me. If it's going to be 55-45 in favor of Spence, fine by me. Maybe Crawford may need to take a little bit less. I don't know. Or maybe Spence may have to sacrifice some of his money to try to make the fight happen. Who knows? But the bottom line is that we just want this fight to happen. And I'm sick and tired of this endless, cycle of slowing down negotiations or negotiations heating up, this and that, and the endless news nonstop. We're almost towards the end of 2022. And right now, you're going up against Triple G and Canelo Alvarez, which is going to do really bad numbers because nobody is interested in seeing a third fight other than the boxing establishment. But the bottom line is this is the biggest fight at 147 and perhaps the best fight you can build right now. And I'm seeing a lot of fans just getting tired of the BS that's going on, and I don't blame them because we've been waiting for the last few years for this fight to happen, and it's not materialized as of now. And people are going to slowly lose their patience, and eventually their interest in the fight is going to wane significantly. And I can feel the frustration of a lot of the fans, like myself, because we want to see good fights. But again, it's the stupid politics, it's the money and the networks and the sanctioning bodies that pretty much screw everything up in boxing. And this is one of the reasons why that boxing continues to be where it's at. And the bottom line is, you got a lot of trolls out here that's going to continue to buy into a lot of the lies and the narratives that a lot of these managers and promoters will throw at them to try to, denigrate a lot of the elite black fighters. That just is what it is. So I don't really give 2 cents about the whole negotiation thing. I just hope when it's all said and done, we get this fight before the end of 2022. If we have to wait till early 2023, I mean, I would still be, disappointed, but I wouldn't be mad at it because we would still get the fight. But if we have to wait another year, 2 years, or when they're both past out of their prime, this is going to be a huge indictment on both of them because right now people are still trying to choose who would win between Crawford and Spence. And if those two guys do not fight each other, it's going to be another black mark on the sport of boxing. We've already went through this between the Wilder and Joshua situation, which was complete madness because all Joshua had to do was just give Wilder 50-50 and the fight would have happened. But he chose to play ring around the rosy with his promoter, Eddie Hearn. I'm talking about Joshua. And then he ended up losing his belts to Andy Ruiz and taking and basically, devalued himself significantly. While Wilder went through a trilogy with Tyson Fury for his WBC belt. So yeah, it's really much a messy situation the last few years. And honestly, man, I just want to see the fight. It's simple as that. I just want to see the fight. I'm done. I'm done listening to the predictions. I'm done listening to all the trash talking and all the personal stuff between the two sides. All I want to see is just this fight. And all I care about is both of them guys signing the fight on the dotted line and agreeing to the terms and then setting the date and the venue about where the fight's going to take place. Because I promise you this, if it's anywhere, you know, like Vegas or California or something like that, I mean, it's perfectly fine. But I do know one thing. I don't think the fight's going to happen in Texas. I mean, I would have loved to have it in Texas. That'd be great. But I don't think Crawford would ever accept that. So that's just my 2 cents on the whole situation. I just hope that this whole negotiation thing, ends very soon and the fight can get signed and dated and everything will commence itself. So, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. And with that, I'm out. Peace.